Hey guys, is this AMA mainly for questions?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we can mix in some questions too. Yeah, if you wanted to throw in, if you wanted to start us off, go ahead. Yeah, feel free.
All right. First of all, man, I'm really excited. I'm not even aping anything on anything other than Surge right now. Killing it. Look, I'm not bullshit out by now. I ain't messing with nothing else. Everything I'm doing is on Surge. My major question is, one of the things that people are having the biggest problem with is, are you guys working to get the charting fixed? That is one thing that, we're all visual people. And so, if you can't visually see a dip to know when to try to time your buys, that's something that is probably going to cause some issues.
Yeah, I mean, no, I totally hear you. I agree. There's like the big part of me that likes to watch the chart, right? To like to know, to visually see what my investment's doing. I totally agree with you on that one. But yeah, no, charting upgrades and enhancements and smoother UI, cleaner presentation, all that kind of stuff is coming over time. As more and more of the critical. What we wanted more of is like the functionality, right? We wanted to get the very much like foundation stats in front of people, the things that people like requested as a must-have versus a nice-to-have, and then we were going to start cleaning up UI and presentation on that front, giving people more options with how they saw it, how they visualized it. But yeah, all that's coming in there. That's definitely a priority is the charting and everything else too.
All right, thank you, sir. Guys, keep rocking.
Yeah, thank you, man. We'll kind of start it off just in like real quick, kind of like celebrating some of the successes, some of the things that have been coming down since we last spoke. I think a few days ago. Big news, just to kind of celebrate. All-time highs were broken. I think on both chains, right? STF on ETH too.
Just barely. ETH also got the ATH yesterday, I think. Yeah,
very good. 400K-ish, I think, like 600 and something for BSC. It's all very short-term stats. I just like to rah about it because it's always a cool community milestone when you hit points like that, and then you start realizing that, hey, we're kind of creeping back up there again, like we're just chilling at all-time high, which means we're due for that next leg up here any moment from the investment standpoint. But that doesn't deter us or motivate us any differently than we would be working. We're still grinding out on every other aspect behind the scenes every day, but really cool stuff to break some all-time highs in the last 24 hours. Holders currently 640 on BSC, 280 on ETH. Just to kind of put into perspective how early everybody actually is. That is, very small numbers. Imagine when those start getting into the 5 digits, our supply, our market cap, and where it's all spread out and how valuable it'll be. It's going to be pretty amazing stuff. So lots of that makes me really excited to see our holders in such a great spot and our project being so healthy and holding such great levels while maintaining really, really impressive volume throughout the chain. Certainly showing that early adoption already coming through. Some of the things that we rolled out in the last few days, guys, some of the accomplishments. We have the SRG20 templates, of course, how people have launched their projects. I think we have a little 7+ projects launched so far. The buybot code was released for those SRG20 as well. So now all those projects that launch on our network can now have that buybot integration nice and easy and smooth for them. Chart integrations for the SRG20 as well, swap integrations for those tokens, and then like I said, guys, countless small upgrades throughout the charting and the swap that may be visual, may not be visual, maybe more on the back end. All those things are coming down the pipeline, multiple times per day. Awesome stuff on that front. I think Heisman does a good job of just like dropping it in the chat. Doesn't necessarily get pinned or anything, but he'll drop whatever upgrades are happening throughout the day. So if you're a person like me who's always got the Telegram group opened and watching what's happening, you'll see him just randomly drop, hey, I did this, or hey, I added this, go check it out. And doesn't get a pin or anything, doesn't get the attention, but just know that he's an absolute machine behind the scenes. He's working like 24/7. And just constantly upgrading, just really stuff that we need. So just to highlight what we're doing too in terms of like the active in development side. One of our priorities is the API. So getting our API situation all figured out so we can start getting tracked and our prices on CMC and CG and getting listed as a DEX, all those big, like really monumental things from that exposure side, I guess that listing side that we can look forward to in the future, which I'm sure is going to come with its own impact into the project as well. Getting listed as an official DEX on CMC is going to be absolutely massive. For me personally, I've said it in previous AMAs, it's like a big milestone for me. So I'm super pumped about getting to that level. And yeah, a couple other things that are active in development, guys. Launchbot, Buybot for the babies, the leaderboard, some chart UI upgrades that we spoke about here at the beginning too. We're going to be adding some visual things. I'm not going to spoil it all. So just, you guys are going to be able to see it when it drops. You'll be able to refresh the charts one day and be like, oh yeah, look at all this other data that we have here. All those other data things that we as traders in this market like to see. You're going to start seeing those things roll out very, very soon. So if you're on the call, if you're on this or if you're listening to this, you got a little bit of the alpha there in terms of how this is going to develop, very quickly. We're going to add some commands and some ease of access for the same kind of things that you were talking about in the beginning, Blacklift. Just having an ability to track your investments a little bit smoother. All that stuff is going to come down the pipeline as well. It's on our priority list. So we hear you guys when you guys ask for these things. Even if it's like a small little tweak, just know that we're taking notes. It's getting passed in the core chat, and we're putting it on our to-do list, and we're getting it done. So if it's viable, we're definitely going to do it. And just know, guys, we are we love the suggestions. Don't get me wrong. Like, there is nothing that beats the community molding this project to what it's ultimately going to be, because that's what it takes, right? But there's nothing more that we need right now at this stage in our project than to get out there and spread the word, right? To shill your brains out when it comes to spreading everything about Surge, whether it be one of the projects on Surge that you're in, on Surge proper, on the big buys that come in on the Surge, and you spreading the buy messages, whether it's you writing articles on Twitter, tagging your favorite influencers, just getting the word out there, becoming aggressive with it. The more passionate people we have behind the brand and in the project, I mean, that's how we're ultimately going to grow. It doesn't matter if I toss 50 shitcoin influencers, we're old news by tomorrow to all their audience, right? Like if I just throw shitcoin influencer after shitcoin influencer, we're old news within easily 24 hours. So we have to maintain our pressure by a community presence, and that just means moving in numbers, right? So this week especially, we're going to be really emphasizing our growth in how in the crowds and the visibility we're getting on all platforms. All I can ask you is that we need to take it to the next level as a community, touch everything, tag everybody, get eyes on this. We have to do our part as a community. So even though we're rah-rahing on today's message, don't just take it and then lose the spirit once we leave the AMA. The biggest part about this is that we have like a takeaway where we really feel empowered to change the space and to have all of our investments at this early stage really have the potential to be life-changing money. So I hope everybody sees that massive vision that we do here on the core team, especially. It's big stuff. We're all here super early. So biggest thing this week, guys, I need like all hands on deck from the community side. We're going to be dropping a lot more marketing. You're going to see a ton of content rolling out. You're going to see a lot of community content rolling out because we're going to advertise our promotions that we have right now, which, if anybody doesn't know it, there is a $4,000 developer contest. There's a massive content creation contest. Guys, if you haven't gotten in on this content creation, I don't think we have nearly enough people. All you have to do is write a Twitter thread on how to do something in the Surge ecosystem, or make a video, or make a medium. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's super easy, and go scoop up this money. I don't even think we have 10 Twitter threads right now, or 10 mediums right now that are even qualifying. So if you even do one right now, no matter what the traction or the quality, you're winning right now. So if you don't go scoop up this easy money, you are crazy. Go in there, make some content, tag some people, get some people excited about this. You are in a one-of-a-kind project. You might never be able to say this again to anybody else that you invest in, that you are truly in a one-of-a-kind project where nobody's doing this. So I hope you feel as special as I do to be here, and I hope it comes out in like the Twitter and everything, and the assault that we're going to be joining together on, when it comes to Twitter and YouTube and whatnot. So please get that content out there. There's a bunch of great contests out there, and Yeah, from the marketing side, quick little marketing update, guys. We do have all those contests going on too. And then we're going to come up with some really unique ways to continue to incentivize the community to bring projects in. That's a big selling point for us is migrating projects over. There's a huge opportunity there with how saturated BSC and Ethereum is in the lack of focus that it is for some really great projects that have some viable potential to get the recognition that they need. And I think that Surge is obviously a great place for them to come in and basically, jumpstart that kind of recognition, in a safe contract, in a safe environment, in a unique way. So, and it's a growing brand too. So, there's a lot of pluses for both sides for existing projects to migrate over. We're definitely targeting that aspect of the market. Yeah, I think that's just kind of a quick a dump of information for anybody that was like wanted to hear a little bit about the behind the scenes and what's going on. But SDF or Heisman, feel free to jump in too, guys.
Yeah, so we need to keep our eyes on the big vision of this project, and that's bring back safety to the DeFi space mainly, or DeFi space, and we need to start removing all that dead liquidity, which can be used to push better projects. Like we've seen millions of dollars everywhere, or yeah, like hundreds of millions of dollars everywhere, which are not being used to push projects, but they're just like stored as dead liquidity and they're doing nothing. So we need to solve that issue in the DeFi space so that the wheel, the cryptocurrency wheel, becomes a bit more well-oiled. And on top of that, for developers with good ideas and good projects, we wanted to remove the need for initial funding to be able to start the project, which was very difficult for a lot of like brilliant developers. So any developer with a good idea, with a good utility, can simply set the starting price and kickstart his project. And they can like talk to us ahead of time. If it's really good, we'll also support that, and we'll drive a lot of traffic to that developer and give his utility the eyes that his project or her project deserves, and we'll probably change the lives of many developers and community members or investors by doing that. So yeah, again, Surge is a huge project. It's DeFi changing. I do believe it's the future, and we need to keep on pushing. We need to keep on pushing, and we need to spread the word about Surge and all the goodness and the underlying like good intentions of the project everywhere. So yeah.
Absolutely, Heisman. And let me step in and say something too. Guys, I want to remind everybody of something. So me, Achilles, Dumbledore, and all the other people that I associate with and work with, I want to say something. We have rules of how we take profits, and we typically will start taking profits after between a 2 and a 3x. We'll shave off something. Not everything. We take our initials. But with this project, we have all agreed that we are not selling anything at all until at least multi-millions, because this is something new, innovative. We've never seen a community grow this fast. We've never seen something so incremental and so absolutely, I don't think there is a more needed thing in this space than what's happened here. The team has made multi-million-dollar projects in the past. Their last one almost hit 10 mil. So if it doesn't hit multi-millions, anything in the world is possible. But if history in the past is the best indicator in any realm of life, well, then that means I'm not selling anything until multi-millions. And I guarantee, I advise y'all to not do the same. And I don't care if it's your initials or what. I think you are selling yourself short. Remember, if there's a rule, then that means that there has to be an exception of that rule. And this right here is the exception. It's a time where people ain't trying to ape a lot. They're not trying to ape often, but sometimes, because I understand everybody in here, you want to be able to save your money. So when the next bull run gets here, you can have something to invest with. Well, here's the reality, okay? If you take a few percentages of your portfolio right now, let's say if you want to, let me make up a number. Now, this is unrealistic for most people. Matter of fact, let me get some a bit more realistic for most people. Nah, I'll stick with something. Let's say you have 10,000, and you want to stick 3% of $10,000 into this project, but you're having hesitations because you're saying that that money could be used for a blue chip for the next bull run. Let's say if you catch a 90% dip from a blue chip, all right, 300 times 10 is 3,000. It's a blue chip, it's big, so let's say if it does a 3x from there. Now you just made $9,000, all right? You'll probably make that money here, right? You'll probably make that money here, and then you have money for the next bull run, right? So you can use that small percentage of your portfolio, and the team isn't paying me to say this, but that small percentage of your portfolio that you're holding off because you want to wait to the next bull run. In the next bull run, everything is going to be flying, and that 10,000 is easily going to go to hundreds of thousands if you invest it right. And there's no reason why you can't take a few percentages of your money and put it here to grow your overall bag. Now, if you're saying you don't want to stick 10 or 15%, that's different, because if you take $1,500, make a 10x, that's 15,000. It does a 4x, that's about $100,000. That's significant money you could be missing out on. I understand that. But for insignificant money, you need to be aping and trading this, because there's nothing that you're missing out on. That's all DC's gonna say right now.
Awesome. I love your energy, man. Full support since day one. Really appreciate you being with us. Really bullish. Like, very cool speech.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Albino, did you want to cover something else as well?
No, I mean, from my side, that's pretty much it. You know, in terms of recapping, kind of, you know, what we've done in the past few days. Obviously, a great week since the migration happened. You know, I'm going through. You know, let me see here. Marketing. No, I mean that's pretty much all I had in terms of everything else. The marketing is going to kick up, like I said, guys. I didn't really go into too much detail. I guess I'll give you some insight here. The marketing is still going to maintain the same focus, just with how we want to get this brand out there, the audience that we want to get in front of. We want to be very calculated. We want to be very strategic in making sure that it kind of has a full effect on us. It's not just somebody coming in and figuring out how to buy Surge and then just holding it. While those guys are great, we like people to do that. You know, in ideal form, we want people to interact in the Surge ecosystem too, right? We want to attract developers in our marketing. We want to attract, and you know, attracting developers comes from success, and the same thing goes for investors. You know, if call channels are calling out, you know, people making good profits in tokens on our network, that just brings more and more traction to our network. It brings more and more validity. Just like how you'll see, you know, kind of all of BSC at one point go onto a different network for like a flavor of the week, right? And then everybody's back at BSC and Ethereum in like a week or a week and a half. Doesn't matter what it is. It's the same exact thing here. But the thing is, we have the ability, and we have something, I guess, proprietary, and that's not proprietary, but unique enough to keep people here, to really make a case that this is an ecosystem that deserves to grow. And yeah, that's I'm just fired up, guys, and I think the whole team's fired up. You know, we've been working nonstop on it, and I feel like we're just getting started. And you know, I'm pumped up that you guys are here, and I hope that everybody really kicks it up with us as we go into high gear this week on the exposure side. Gets rowdy, you know, and becomes obnoxious on social media. That's what it's going to take. You have to get obnoxious. Like we have to get obnoxious. That's with how many tokens are launching, how many people are shilling. And if you're on crypto Twitter right now and you go into anybody's thread, everybody's vying to get that number one spot and to get that free publicity, right? That's the game right now. And like, you have to be rowdy and obnoxious to really, you know, stand out in a crowd. And that's how these big Even meme dog tokens are doing it. They move in numbers, right? It's a presence, and they get everybody talking about it. That's the same thing we have. We have all the ingredients here. We have all the influential people here. We have all of what it takes. People are still just in this discovery phase and seeing what we can really turn this into. And I think as days go on, people are really beginning to see that this is unlocked potential just waiting to happen. And so I'm fired up for this week. I hope you guys are too. That's all I have.
Yeah, 100%. And for anyone looking at what we have in terms of swaps or in terms of charts, I mean, once you see those, rather than being like, oh, those need fixing, you need to think like, this is pretty early. Like, this is super early now, and you should be happy that you're not at the finished product entry into this project, in a sense. There's a lot of upgrades to come for the swaps and the charts. We're working like at least, I don't know, I'm working like 19 hours a day at least, coding stuff. We will be releasing a lot of updates as we go, and one day it'll be a finished product for sure, and it'll be what everybody needs in this community in terms of tracking their investments on charts, and having like super fast ones, having all the transaction details at the bottom. In terms of swap, the UI of course will be upgraded. The CAs will be like as a drop down for the SRG, BSC, SRG, ETH, and any like unique projects that want to onboard with us. We'll add them to like the standard list as well. And for all other projects, they could just type in the CA or paste in the CA to be able to trade on our DEX. And with or without the DEX, you know that we're full on into the decentralization narrative here. And anybody who doesn't want to do any trading on the DEX could just use an explorer or could just use a piece of code on their own computers or laptops to be able to trade Surge. So you don't really need anything to be able to trade within our ecosystem.
But one thing I want to add there on top of all that, Heisman, too, is like, enjoy the experience too. Yeah, it doesn't have every thrill, but that's part of the experience, right? We're at 550K on BSC and whatever we're at on Ethereum with where we're at today, right? And when you think about all those upgrades that come and all the opportunity there, like that should make your mouth water, right? With how much there is to grow in this, and it just kind of puts it like, take a step back and say, we're here now with what we have. Imagine all the upgrades to come. Imagine how much room there is. We're so used to investing into projects that just have like the same forked utility and whatnot that we almost expect like this finished project. But in reality, it's nothing unique. It's nothing proprietary. It's nothing that's going to wow anybody. It's just like a finished product of the same thing that we've already had, right? And like in this, you're getting something from the very ground up, and there is a lot of fun in the journey of this becoming a finished project or a product. And I don't think it ever will. Heisman said it will. I don't think this will ever be a finished product. And I think that's the beauty of it, is that there's always going to be opportunity because we're giving people the essentials, and then we're building out something entirely new, right? So that's part of this journey. And so I just want to encourage everybody that's here, the 49 people that are here, like, enjoy this experience, because it's one of a kind, right? I'm sure most of us haven't ever been in a project that's doing what we're doing. So it may not be the most trader friendly, but where you're at right now, the early position should give you an idea into what's to come and what our value can eventually turn into. That's all I have to say on top of that.
Yeah, I fully agree with you, and I'll take this to encourage devs to start building what's missing in the ecosystem. Again, we're pushing for decentralization, so we would love to like have a lot of devs working on a lot of needs for the ecosystem. And of course, by developing such stuff, they'll be gaining some sort of power in this community, and they'll be making revenue out of it. So it is very advisable for devs to start like really pushing out utility, which is much needed for everyone. We will keep on pushing utility nonstop, and we will be filling all the gaps that are needed. But while having a lot of other devs doing that as well, it'll just speed up the process, and it will be for the mutual benefit of the ecosystem and their own selves. So yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yo, Sir Pumpsala here. What's up? Yo, guys, first of all, congratulations, bro. This tech is amazing. I've been around since like 2016, and I've never seen anything like this. The closest thing I've seen to this was Fist Swap on Binance Smart Chain, where you could
Yes.
be safe from the aimbots and the snipers and the MEB bots and all the kids that want to get up in early. So congratulations on that. I got a couple of questions though. I'm the one that's been bothering you there. I got something that's gonna compliment you in ways that you've never imagined. All right. I got a project that could put us on the fucking map, boys. Like literally put us on the fucking map. If you guys know Bluezell, I got their chief engineer right here, like literally living right beside me. So yeah. Anyway, first question I want to give you guys is, could you guys you guys said something about migrating projects over to Surge. Could you guys give like some sort of reward or commission or something like that if we get other projects to drain their liquidity and come over to Surge?
That's it's awesome that you're thinking that way. Yeah, we're thinking in the same line, man. And yeah, it's a great idea. Look out for that. That should be coming. An idea like that should be coming here very shortly. But yeah, no, awesome idea, and I think it's going to be really powerful to have that incentive program out there.
Yeah, one of the things is gonna get like people getting in here and hype of the tech. You know, you got to get the tech out there. You got to get people using it so they understand. It's a hard curve to learn to buy, because most people come in here and they're like, I can't buy on Uniswap, I can't buy on PancakeSwap. You know, they're like, oh, Bitcoin's not working. So we have to do like you said. You know, we have to be obnoxious and be like constantly telling them how to do this. That this is new, this is revolutionary. It's going to change the space. You know, a lot of the newbies that are coming in, they're getting wrecked by the front run bots. They're getting wrecked by snipers. So we need to make like a campaign, right? I'm talking like if I'm part of the team. We need to make a campaign for Surge where it's like crypto new friendly, right? It's where it's like, this is your first stop where you're not going to get wrecked by all the bad stuff that's already been developed out there to take your money. Yeah, guys. So congratulations once again. And don't fade me. Right, yesterday I was sitting there down with a venture capitalist asking for funds, and they were asking me all the dumb questions that TradFi venture capitalists ask. And I was like, bros, I'm done with you. So I'm here. Don't fade me. I got my project. It could put us on the map. If you're talking about decentralization, well, it's right up the alley, boys. So if you're interested, just go look at what Bluezell did, and we got something similar, and we want to launch it on Surge. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here in this voice chat. I already reached out to you guys. So yeah, I think we can do a big collaboration. And once again, congratulations and thank you. Most of all, thank you for bringing this into the space. It's really going to change lives. It's really going to change. For example, I've been so long in this space that it's like, you know, it's just like, it's the same old boring shit. It's either a dog, a cat, or a swap, or a DEX, or whatever. But this, bro, this is like, you know, I was one of the first ones that bought in. I wish I could have found it at 5,000, but I found it like at 60, right? But that's still good enough, baby. That's still good enough. I'm like 10x up. So, and just like my bro was saying, we're not going to sell. So if you're listening, none of us are going to sell. All of us are veterans here. We know alpha when we see it. And this is it, boys. So thanks again, and fuck to the fucking moon, boys.
You rock, man. You rock. And yeah, no, we'll definitely follow up about the Bluezell stuff. I'm kind of curious to know more about it. So I appreciate you bringing the opportunity. That's huge.
Yeah, I just wanted to emphasize on what you said, Albino, about the ongoing competitions. The developer competition is still ongoing, and still more than enough time for more projects to participate in it. It's running on BSC and on ETH, so the best projects or the strongest projects on both chains respectively get these prices. So make sure you read through this medium. It's also interesting for investors. We also typed in some tips for community members on how to make your project stand out. And it's $4,000 prize pool, not insignificant money for low caps. So take this opportunity.
I got one more question on that, boys. Is it price money, or are you like helping the project that with that type of budget? Like, are you going to give out the money to the projects, or are you going to say, "Oh, we're going to do this for you with a price worth of whatever"? Well, which one is it, bro?
It is prize money in itself, but as we are also announcing who the winners are, I think community members will expect to see some of this prize money flow into the ecosystem, right? But that's up to the devs in the end.
All right, baby, sounds good. Just got one more last question. I'll shut up. What's the deadline for that, bro?
I would need to look at that. 1 second. Don't go away. It is January 22nd. I just saw a typo here. I wrote 22nd. That's obviously not right.
I think that's New Year, the Chinese New Year's, right? Isn't it? On 22nd?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. So good date, bro. Good date. All right, man. So I'll see you in the winner circle, because when I show you what I got, you guys are going to get blown away, and everybody's in the computer is going to be blown away, and it could put surge. I don't want to go deeper into this, but it could blow us out of the water, bros. Okay. So
I love your energy, man.
my man,
I love your energy.
guys,
absolutely
when we see alpha like this, we need to be like this, like this is different. This is, I recognize some voice out there, right? You guys got some different names, but I recognize the voices out here. And I know you guys have been in the space as long as I have. So yeah, everybody who's here, congratulations for being here. First of all, you're really early, and you're in a project that's going to do lots of exits, because it has massive utility. And it goes for the first problem in the crypto space, which is what? Scams. So guys, it's an honor to be here, for me and for everybody else. And again, thanks. Right, I'm gonna shut up now. Have a good day, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Unbeatable energy, man. I love it. You got me even more pumped up than when we first started. So appreciate you. That energy is contagious, man. But I don't have anything too much more on my side, and that's a good way to leave it too, on just on Sir Pumps a Lot's energy, man. STF, if you had anything else, we can, but if not, we can just turn the recording off.
I think for the recording, that's it from my side as well.